to kind of like every month share the books that I read in said month. So sometimes I read a lot of books in one month, like January, and sometimes I might read maybe only 3, maybe 0. Let's hope not. So my original goal for this year was to read 70 books, but I realized I'm kind of doing a lot better than that. So I changed my goal to 100 books this year. Okay, before anyone says anything, I know the glare on these glasses is pretty horrific, so I do apologize for that. Okay, so we have a lot of books to talk about, and the order I'm going to do them in is the order that I read them in. First book is Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGinnis, and this book is about a girl who gets stuck in the woods and she has to survive. And there is some gory details in here, but other than that, actually, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I do rank all the books that I read because I do have a Goodreads, and I put my little rank on there. So I give this 4 out of 5. Next book I read is Dating Game by Danielle Steele. I personally love Danielle Steele. I love her way of writing because it's just so easy to read, and I like that she narrates for all characters and not just one specific character. This book follows a woman who just got a divorce from her husband, and she ends up going on some dates with some men and kind of just talks about her journey through those and if she finds love or not. And I give this a 4. We have Wanna Go Private by Sarah Darrier Littman. I did give this 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. It was about a girl who starts talking to this guy online, and without giving too much away, I will say that things did not go very well. Next book I read is Pillow Thoughts Stitching the Soul by Courtney Peppernell. Honestly, her poetry isn't something that I enjoy very much. I love poetry, and this to me is just like, I feel like she repeats herself on every page. I gave this 2 stars. This is Away Laughing on a Fast Camel by Louise Renison. This was miserable. I did not like this. I was about 3/4 of the way through, and I just couldn't go any further. It's just about a very young girl and kind of like talking about her life. I don't know. Honestly, it was like in one ear and out the other. I thoroughly did not like this, and I gave it 1 star. Next, I read Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. This is about a woman who is actually in a coma, but she can hear everything that is going on around her. And during it, she hears her husband and her sister talk about some things where it just sounds very like, okay, what is going on? So there are a little bit of twists and turns in this. The twist at the end wasn't like this huge twist, but there was definitely a twist, and I did like this. I gave it 4 stars. So this is Crime for Help by Casey Watson, and automatically I'm just gonna say I give this 5 stars. I thoroughly like this. This is about a foster parent. So we're following the foster parent, and she is talking about the journey that she had with a specific foster child. The foster child is older than this kid, so I don't really know why this little girl's on here, but the foster kid is very, she has outbursts and she's very provocative, and it just is sharing that journey. So the next book I read is I Hope You Stay by Courtney Peppernell. Like I said, her poetry is not my favorite, but I did have this and I didn't want to just like waste the book, so I did read it, and I actually gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I feel like her poetry in this one was definitely more broad instead of like the same thing over and over. So there were some poems in here that I was like, oh wow, that's actually really good. Next book I read is On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. I loved this book. 5 out of 5. If I could have rated it higher, I would. It is about this 16-year-old and this 31-year-old who's like kind of his babysitter, tutor type person, and they're on a plane and the plane crashes and they're stuck on the island, and they're stuck on the island for years. So there is some romance in it, and it's kind of like a forbidden romance type of thing, but no, there's no underage love in here, so don't worry about that. The romance does happen when they're both adults, so I just want to like make that known. It's actually a really beautiful story, and what I love about it a lot is that it's narrated in both of their perspectives, and the chapters are super short. Something I love about short chapters, I don't know what it is, but the chapters are really short, and everything that's happening is just so intriguing to me. I love stories where people are like trapped somewhere or locked up and they have to like survive and figure it out. So I love this book. Next book I read is Mother by Corinne Zalikas. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm so sorry. I gave this a 4 star. It is just about a family, kind of like a dysfunctional family. There's a daughter in a psych ward. Dad struggles with addiction. The son has Asperger's. The mom is manipulative and she's a narcissist. This book was really good. 4 out of 5. Next I read Lucid by Adrienne Stoltz and Ron Bass. So the ending of this book was a little confusing. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like up to your interpretation kind of, but it's about 2 girls who they live their day, but then when they fall asleep they dream as one another. It's like super confusing, so it's like you don't know who's actually the real girl versus who is actually the made-up girl for the dream. So you're following 2 different stories. I gave this a 3 out of 5, mainly because like I feel like nothing super like pivotal happened, but it was, I guess, enjoyable to read. Next I read Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. This was one of my most favorite books that I read this month. I gave this 5 out of 5. I would have given it a 6 or a 7 or a 10. It's about 3 siblings who were put up for adoption, and they finally meet each other, and it goes through, you know, everything that they're going through in their life currently. They learn more about each other's past, and you guys, I loved it. I absolutely love this, and I don't want to give too much away, but it really is just about them learning about each other and learning about their past and seeing if they can jive well as siblings, and it's just so good. Next book I read is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. This is about where literally from the first chapter and from the synopsis in the back, you know that this girl, her sister was murdered, and she knows who murdered her sister, so she went and killed the guy who did it. And this is just kind of her story of like how she can't trust herself around people. She's just like angry, but then there's a guy that she starts to like truly be into, and then she meets this girl named PK, who then they become friends, and it just kind of goes through the girl's journey of the aftermath of killing the murderer. And I give this 4 out of 5 stars. Next book I read is Triple Shot Betty's in Love by Jodi Gehrman. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This is just about these 2 girls who work at a coffee stand, and one of them is truly into their new teacher because he's young, he's hip, all the girls think he's hot. So she fakes being younger, wears like wigs to school so he doesn't know that it's like really her. It's an interesting plot. Not as interesting as it could or should have been. And then the other girl, which is more so the main character, she has a boyfriend and like just kind of talks about that and like going through their life, and she's trying to cover up her friend faking being older than she really is. And I only gave this 3 out of 5 stars because it was kind of like bland in my opinion. Next, I read The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. I absolutely love this book, but I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. This is about a girl who is traveling to another planet. She used to be on this spaceship with her parents and tons of other people until something bad happened and she was left alone. She was the only one who was alive. And then she actually was born, by the way, in space. So she knows nothing about Earth. She's been alone since like a very little girl. And then she starts getting these messages from another spaceship that is supposed to meet up with her before she actually gets to the other planet. And just some crazy things happen. There is like a romance between her and the person who she is exchanging messages with. It's actually a really, really good book. I'm not normally one for like books that take place in space, but I loved this. Next, I read The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This is actually the 2nd out of 3 of the Mara Dyer series. I love the Mara Dyer series. Gave this a 5 out of 5. I absolutely enjoyed it. So Mara Dyer, I don't want to give too much away, but it's honestly amazing. She has kind of like special powers that actually can kill people and things around her. And then she meets this guy who also has special powers, but different special powers. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away. I feel like I've already given too much away, but it's just so good, you guys. I'm not into novels and TV shows and movies or anything like that, but this to me, it's like very, I feel like the main focus is that she is like this, but it's not like in your face, you know. There's a love interest and she has a family and she goes to psych wards a lot because no one knows about her powers and her family thinks that she's just like crazy, and honestly it's really good. Next, I read You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. Love the cover. So this is about a girl who lives with her mom who is an alcoholic. Her dad doesn't live with them anymore. Sister moved out because couldn't handle her mom being an alcoholic. So she creates this world and she's able to go to that world. And this actually gets very dark. I was not expecting this, honestly. I give it 3 out of 5 stars in the sense of because like it was creative, it was good, it got dark, but I feel like there was something missing that I just can't put my finger on. Next, I read Stolen by Lucy Christopher. This is another one of my favorites for this month. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Would have rated it higher if I could. It is about a girl who gets kidnapped, stolen, and it is very much Stockholm syndrome happens in this. So she thinks that she starts to love her kidnapper, and you guys, it is just so good. Again, I love movies where people are like kidnapped and like trapped and that whole thing. I loved this so much. Next, I read When the World Didn't End by Carolyn Kaufman. This is a poetry book and I rated it 4 out of 5 because I thoroughly did enjoy the poetry. But for me to give a 5 out of 5 when it comes to poetry, I have to be like hit in the feels and in the heart and repeatedly, but I didn't get that from this book, but I really did like it. Then I read Dandelion by Gabby Hanna, which is also a poetry book, and I gave this a 4 out of 5. I really loved this book because I feel like her illustrations are super cute and her poetry is really random. It's not like in categories, which I prefer that in a poetry book. I hate when poetry books like are in categories, like, okay, these are the love poems, these are the funny poems, these are the mental illness poems. I hate that. I like when it's just like mixed and matched because I like when my brain has to like do this whole thing instead of just like stagnant, like, okay, these are all love poems. Like, yeah, so I did enjoy this. Next book I read is A Fire Like You by Upale Chisala. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. You guys, this is a poetry book that I gave 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't care for it. I think it's just like their type of poetry, I guess, flew over my head and I was like kind of bored. Next book I read, I read so many books, oh my god. Lies My Girlfriend Told Me by Julie Ann Peters. This is an LGBTQ plus book. So this is about a girl, her girlfriend dies, and then she starts to find out all of these things that her girlfriend has hid from her, and she pretty much becomes heartbroken. I gave this a 3 out of 5 because it was a good book, but sometimes I just want more, where I feel like the author could have honestly just done more with it. Next book I read is Something in the Wine, which is another LGBTQ plus book. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this. So this book was so freaking cute. It's about this girl who her brother like tricked her into coming to this party, and like he's known as like a prankster. This isn't like about teenagers, they are adults by the way, but he is like a prankster and she hates going to parties, blah, blah, blah. So he decides, let's do another prank. So he has a lesbian friend. He decided to, long story short, his straight sister and lesbian friend, he made them go on a date. So then they decided to be sneaky and prank him and act as if they have fallen in love and all this stuff. Long story short, the 2 women do fall in love. And what I loved about the story, because I'm not one for like just plain old Jane romances, like, okay, 2 people fall in love, like cool. But what I love about this is the author was able to convey and truly, truly show the process of them falling in love, unlike any other story I've ever seen. Especially one of the main characters is a straight woman, or at least she thought she was, you know, and just like her journey realizing, oh my God, I am falling in love with a woman. It was just so beautifully written. I loved it. And there was so much dialogue and it just seemed very genuine and real to me. And I just I love this book so much. So the last book I read is The Kiss by Danielle Steele. I gave this a 4 out of 5. I loved it. It's about this girl. Okay, hold on. A lot of the time I say girl when I actually mean woman, but it is what it is. Okay, it's about this woman who is unhappy in her marriage. This guy unhappy in his marriage. They are best friends though. They end up meeting. Well, they have met before, but they end up meeting up again. And they shared a kiss, which obviously they weren't expecting. They don't want to cheat on their partners, but they realize that they are, you know, in love with each other. And so during that kiss though, something very tragic happens. I don't want to give too much away, but comas are involved. Just like very, very sad things happened in this book, but I loved it. I love all Danielle Steele. I love her as a writer. So that is how many books I read in January. 24 books, and I loved every single bit of it. I honestly love reading. I wonder how it's going to go in February. Who knows? So anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Hi, Panda. Welcome, people. Welcome, you beautiful people. Oh, I got some amazing new friends. I am like so excited about everybody. Thank you for joining me on my weight loss journey and to watch some videos that I want to make a commentary on. It's not to bash, spread hate, body shame. I don't understand YouTube world, but I don't care. This is my channel and I will speak what I want about and show you my weight loss journey. Panda, where's your brothers? Oh, she's looking for her brother. But we got her video here and she is flaunting her ring now, guys. And I keep looking at a ring. To me, it does look like something Becky would get out of Claire's. It doesn't look like a real, you know, diamond or anything. It just looks real. I don't know why, but it just looks like it's not real. Like she did went to Claire's, bought it, and came home with it. But I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. I know, right, Panda? I know. I could be right sometimes, right, girl? She's so silly. This is what my boys call the death stare. Yeah, like she's staring you down with death. My twins are something else. I can't wait for them to come back home. They're at college now. They canceled football practices for this week because COVID is really bad here in Pennsylvania right now. And they're only an hour and 10 minutes away from the mama. So, you know, that's why, you know, I was down to a certain amount of weight. I'll let you know how much it was. I can't remember offhand, but I was the lowest I've ever been in my 25 years. They went to college and bam, I just like lost it. I sank into depression. I have never been alone. And it was before I got her. That's why I got her, because I felt like I needed a emotional support dog. She is my emotional support dog. And boy, she getting emotionally drive me crazy. Sorry, Panda. I didn't mean to say that, but I love you, girl. I know. And I know my bed, I know I'm just looking, and those are pillows under there, guys. It's not a body. It's not somebody hiding from you guys. No. But this video, why can't this chick put that much effort into working out? All she has to do is walk 20 minutes a day. She can walk around her apartment. She bragged about doing that Samsung chick. Why can't she work out as much as she supposedly reads? And I want somebody to, please, somebody donate her a dictionary. Donate one to her. Develop an Amberlynn Reid fund and buy her a dictionary, because she can't pronounce words. I don't think she knows half those words. I honestly believe that she's not as educated as she wants to show that she is. And them glasses, they don't do nothing for her. They're not prescription glasses, because trust me, I have prescription glasses and they don't reflect like that. Those are the ones she got from Amazon that she has different colors of. They're the cheap ones. I have a pair like that, but they don't reflect that either with lighting. So she has those cheap glasses on she got from Amazon, and her hair's up. She's trying to look very intelligent, which we all know the real deal, people. No, she's not that. I don't know what else to say about her. But she has a goal, people. She has another goal in her life. She did have a goal of, was it 77 books? What a year. Oh my God, what's this number 77? I don't get it, but now she has a goal. She has to up it, because she read 24 books in 1 month, guys. This past January, she read 24 books. But as you notice in the video, if she holds a book up, I wish I had a book here. I don't have a book here. Oh my God, I feel literate. I don't have a book here. They're in my dresser. I want to get a bookcase. Trust me, I'm waiting to get a bookcase for out in my living room. But if you notice, when she holds a book, she scans on the back of the book. Does she really read the books? Because why does she need to look at the back of the book to see what the book was about? Yeah, I noticed a few times she did that. Hey, girl. Yes, I love her. She's my world. She's my world. So she made sure she showed her ring. 2, I don't know if she really read the books, because she was reading off the back. And why don't she ever come through with her fitness goals? Just think, 8 years ago, she started her journey. She was 200 plus pounds less. And just think that if she would have kept with it, she would be a skinny legend by now. See, me, I fell off that truck many a times, yes, but I get back on. I don't stop. You know, sometimes, life does get to me, and I have to say, brush it off and keep it moving. You can see that I haven't walked this much before as my other weight loss, but I was walking. Wait till the summer. Maybe it's the spring. Summer is when I want to drop a ton of weight by. But when it gets warm, I do walk a lot. I walk, like, when I was walking really hardcore, I was walking up to 10 miles a day. I would make sure whenever I wasn't working, I was walking. And unfortunately, the empty nest syndrome, it's real. I didn't think that it was a real thing. With, when my the twins went off to college, it hit me so hard. I mean, every weekend I got to see them because it was football season. We had, plus we had tailgating. Oh, I went overboard. Oh my God. Because my ex's family, the kids' other side of the family, brought awesome food. And like, we tailgate and we have fun. And that's what life is about. But my depression was real. But I realized that it's like, you can't do this to yourself. You cannot do this to yourself. You have to get over everything. You need your health. And that when I met my new boyfriend, the first thing I seen on his profile, because we did meet online, health is wealth. And I knew that he was the one that I wanted to talk to. And also, he's the first man I had, other than my ex-husband. Since my ex-husband, after we broke up, when I started dating, every man that I dated all have tattoos. This man does not have a tattoo. He's scared of needles like me. So, we're both left-handed. We both loved, we both want to do a candle business together. And it's like, wow, you're meeting somebody that's just like you. I couldn't believe he's left-handed, but there's a lot of lefties up here. But he's from New York, so he's not from, I will never date anybody from Pennsylvania. I don't know where these guys, where their minds are at, but it's not for a relationship, trust me. But Amberlynn Reid, let me tell you something, girl. You have been a skinny legend by now. You let 8 years go by on YouTube, and the only thing you could do is gain weight. Please don't ever, for the respect of the weight loss community, do not ever call yourself a weight loss channel ever again. Don't ever say you're gonna do a weigh-in. Don't make a mockery of it by pretending, doing these videos that you're walking, doing videos that you're weighing in, doing videos that you're changing your diet. You know, these girls, yeah, it is a big thing for them to change their diet because they can drop weight like that. But I'm not 500, 600, 700 pounds like these girls. I can't just change my diet and bam. It's everything. Exercise is a key to exercise is key. Walking is the best exercise for anybody, okay? So, but we'll see how she does with her goal of reading books. Oh my God. I just can't believe she's made a goal of that. Instead of, she's frivolously buying crap. Like I said to mention in the video, she went without as a young child, had a bad childhood, like some of us did not have one. We didn't get what we wanted. We got what we needed. So, girl, you buying all this stuff is wasting money. You could invest it in a nice home. You guys could have had a nice Cadillac or at least SUV that fits both of you. You guys are driving around in a car that you both can't fit in. You're renting. You don't really, if you may have cash in the bank, but what's that going to do? You basically buying all the money she spent in the last 8 years of YouTube, that could have bought her, I guarantee what bought her a nice home. And poor Twinkie would have a place to exercise. But this chick don't think about nobody but herself. So this is my opinion about this video. And hey, I love literacy, but when somebody can't pronounce a word, how are you able to read a book and understand it and comprehend it very well when you can't even pronounce a word? I joke about giving her a dictionary, but she really does need one, because that day that she said she called flick, pronounced it as fleek, that was done. I'm a rap with her. It's a rap with her, because that's just pure ignorance, Panda. All right, I know it's a wrap. So you guys, yeah, this is her video. This is my opinion, and I just want to do a quick commentary on it. And boy, this little chick. So you have an awesome day. I love meeting all you wonderful people. Thank for all your suggestions. Thank for your support. And like you see, I'm keeping walking in 16-degree weather. Today is supposed to be real cold, and now we're getting snow Wednesday through Thursday. So I'm so sick of the snow. I really am. So you guys have an amazing day. Make every day count. Don't waste it away like these girls do, because, life only comes around once. You only get one life. Make it amazing, because I know I wish I could have done a little bit, some things differently in my past. But now, this is my second chapter. As soon as I hit 50, bam, new chapter in my life. You see me trying. I never wore hair extensions in my other video. I did, put new hair extensions in. I even tried those magnetic eyelashes, glue-on eyelashes. I'm trying new things. I'm trying to find new things now to try for you guys. As it gets warmer, you guys are going to see a different me. As the weight comes off, you will see a different me. So you guys have an amazing day. Say bye, Panda. So you guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. And, stay wonderful. Stay the positive people you are. And that's what I look forward to, is the positive people. Yeah, sometimes in my commentary, I can get a little, but I'm looking at it as a mom perspective, because if these chicks were my children, it would be a wrap, trust me. I would not be proud. There's a lot of influence out here that are just as ignorant as they can be. And I could never want to be their parent at all. So you guys have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay beautiful.